Homemade bread, my first try, and it turned out pretty dadgum good. That's amazing. That was, if you had a regular bread pan, it'd have a, rectangular shape. But I thought I'd just try this. But yeah, this is my first try making homemade bread, and it smells good. I got to let it cool down now for probably. I'm gonna let it cool for an hour. I'll take it out of this and put it on a I don't know, a cookie tray or something, and let it cool down. But yeah, it's really pretty damn simple. But yeah, and the smell. Oh, the house is just filled with the smell of homemade bread. I mean, you walk outside and walk back in, it just gives you chills. Yeah, but yeah, I just baked it for. I baked this one for 35 minutes because I wanted a good crust, and yeah, that looks pretty daggone good to me. And yeah, you preheat the oven to 350 degrees, and cook it. And yeah, if you watched part one and part two, you'll see what it is. But I'll kind of go back over it. The recipe is really simple. I'll go over it because this is the end result, what you're looking at. But what you do is you got to have some bread flour, and you got to have some yeast, just regular dry yeast, and salt and sugar. But yeah, you put in 1 teaspoon of salt, sweetener, honey or sugar, and then the regular dry yeast, and you put those 3 ingredients in a cup of warm water, about 100 degrees, in that range. Body temperature will work. And yeah, and then mix that up pretty good and let it sit, and then get you a pot or something, to put your flour in. Put you in 2 cups of flour in your deal there, and then add in your warm water with all the ingredients. You'll be able to see if the yeast is active. I mean, you'll be able to tell, if it's bubbling or whatever. And then you pour that in to the flour, and you can mix it with your hand. But I had a wooden spoon, so I stirred it around. It gets real thick and sticky, and you can kind of knead it a little bit. Kind of mash it around a little bit. And you watch other videos. I mean, this ain't much, but yeah, you just kind of mix all your ingredients in with the 2 cups of bread flour, and then you let that sit for 2 hours to let it rise, okay? And it'll double in size, all right? And this, so you basically got 16 ounces of flour, so that's like a 1 pound loaf of bread there, okay? So you let it sit 2 hours in a 75 to 80 degree temperature area. It'll rise, and then you remove it from this container here and put it into whatever you're going to cook it in, and that can be anything you got. And yeah, and then you let it sit in the pan for about 30 minutes, and that's the recipe I got. And I put a little olive oil in the bottom of this non-stick pan just to make sure it would be easy to get out of the pan later on. And then you cook it 350. Well, you preheat the oven 350 degrees, and then for me, I'll cook it for 35 minutes at 350. Then of course you bring it out, set it somewhere. I'll take it out of this pan after this. But yeah, so overall, homemade bread, my first try, I give myself an 8. I did pretty good. I'd like it. I tried to take a knife and put cuts down here, but the dough didn't cooperate. I mean, so I just said to hell with it. We'll just cook the bread and see what happens. But you see some really neat designs sometimes. But anyway, guys, from Fort Clark Springs, Texas, with his first loaf of homemade bread. Thumbs up, carpe diem, seize the day. Yeah, stand guard at the door of your mind. Make yourself some homemade bread and see what you think. It's really easy. It takes a while though. I mean, you got to let you mix it up, and you got to let it rise for two hours, and then you put it in the pan, wait 30 minutes, put it in the oven, cook for 30 minutes. So you're looking at 3 hours, 4 hours, of time, but you're not doing anything. You're just standing around waiting for it to do its stuff, really. So anyway, this is a no-knead, K-N-E-A-D, knead bread. Anyway, adios amigos. Bye-bye.